tracking your technical mastery, right? I tend to be a highly nerdy technical person, right? I'll admit it, right? To my fault. But
No,
I
that's not
found my photography is better when I know my camera and I know what not to care about on my camera.
That's true. That is
but that's a
100%.
big thing when you're trying to tell if you're getting better. If you're not concerned about the f-stop and the shutter speed and the ISO and the setting on the third screen that said HDR PQ, should I turn it on and off? Like, if you don't know that stuff, like, I can see where that holds you back. But I will tell you, my photography is better because I use like 1% of what my camera will do, right?
Yeah, well, you're not worried about
when
lighting.
You're not
camera
worried about
stuff.
that.
Right. You know, if you go watch one of my classes on lighting, because I have a lot of classes on flash and studio lighting and stuff like that. If you watch one, at a certain point, once I get the lights set up, I always say to the camera, now stop messing with the lights. You got them set up. They're working. This isn't going to what was going to make the shot. It's your interaction with the person and all. Stop messing with the lights, because it's very easy to get all. It's the same thing in your camera. You keep thinking, well, if I switch this one thing, no, it's not going to make the shot. It's really what you're standing in front of.
It really is, because and that's what I'm saying with this technical stuff is I found that if you're getting too bogged in the technical, it's probably because your photography isn't getting better.
Yeah.
Because if you let that technical out, like, you need to know the technical. I teach tons of technical classes on Kelby One on every different camera manufacturer. I know how Sony menus, Nikon menus, Canon menus, I know all the settings on it, all that stuff. But I use like 1% of it to actually make the photos I make. And once you know that, hey, I don't need this, or hey, I might need this, there's like a day I might need, like for example, I used last year stabilization mode 3 on my Canon. I used it once, and it's because I got into a setting where I knew I needed it. I just had it in the back of my mind if I knew when I would need it, but it's the only time I ever used it. But on the other hand, that's what I say is your photography will get better when the technical becomes less of your focus.
Right. He's right. The 1% is all you need of your
camera. I'm a nerd who's like really into that stuff, I'm really into technical. When you realize that the technical does not matter, your photography will get better.